I think my first reaction was denial. No, it really didn't happen. And my mom kept screaming, yes, it did. I just kept screaming for those 4 kids.
Do you remember what you said to them?
I'm so sorry. It was the same thing we said when they lost their dad. How do you explain this to little kids?
Guys, I want you to meet the Swinson Lee family. These guys have been through a lot of tragedy, and basically it's 2 families becoming one. Take a look at this tape and you'll see why we're here.
Hi, ABC! We're the Swinson Lee family!
I'm Eric, the dad, and a football coach.
I'm Vicky, I'm the mom and a volleyball coach.
I'm Taylor and I'm 13. I'm Tyler and I'm 10. I'm Samantha and I'm 10.
I'm Trevor and I'm 9. I'm Tara and I'm 7.
And these are 20-month-old twins, Stella
And Olivia.
and number 10 is on the way.
Welcome to our home!
A few years ago, Vicky and Eric Swinson were living a comfortable life with their 3 children in a house they were renovating to make perfect for their family. Now, unfortunately, life wasn't as easy for Vicky's sister, Terry Lee, and her 4 kids.
It was 5 years ago when their dad passed away. My sister's kids at the time were 1, 3, 5, and 7. Taylor, being the 7-year-old, she was in the car with her dad in the car accident.
And I was in the front seat with him and I was sleeping. He was driving and all I remember is that the car was rolling over and then I went into the ambulance. This was all like a blur.
After the accident, Terry eventually moved on and even started dating again. But things soon went bad in their new relationship, and when she broke up with her boyfriend Steven, he became violent and threatened her life.
Terry's life had been attempted on July 29th. He broke into her home and attacked her with 2 butcher knives. And the neighbor saw his car and called the police.
Why'd you bring those knives there?
There's no reason why I brought them. They had mostly to maybe straighten her out.
He said, I have to kill you.
Okay.
I told him I had 4 children who had already lost their father and that needed a mom.
Yeah.
After Steven was released on bail, he began stalking Terry and her kids. So she took out a no-contact order, installed an alarm system, and instructed her kids to call the police if they ever saw him. Her new boyfriend, Tim, was even staying at the house at night to protect them, but it wasn't enough.
We went back to bed and I could not sleep. I just had a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. And so I went to sleep in my mom's room next to her. And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, something very bad happened. My mom's ex-boyfriend came in with a gun and he shot both Tim and my mom.
911 emergency. Yeah, I got shots fired next door to our neighbor's house. I have her 2 daughters are right here. Basically, their mom's been shot. She's on the ground.
Oh.
How many times was your mom shot?
I know one time in the stomach and one time in the hand. I don't know about the other one. He got my mom's boyfriend too. I think he's dead.
There's another victim there as well?
Uh-huh. He was just whacking bullets everywhere.
He killed both Terry and Tim.
Tyler's first comment was, "This can't be." And he said, "I'm not over my dad's death." It's hard. Those 4 kids lost a lot.
My mom was really nice, caring, always making sure we were happy.
And safe.
And safe.
I put them in my pocket sometimes for Mom and Tim to be with me all the time.
I was the first one to see my dad die after the car accident, and I was the first one who saw my mom dead after she got shot.
On that horrible night, Terry's sister Vicky and her husband Eric stepped in to pick up the pieces. They immediately took in the 4 Lee children and they brought them into a 3-bedroom home.
They moved in with us just traumatized. The horror and the grief that you see these kids go through, it's so unfair. They left their school, their friends, and literally within a 24-hour period had to start over with a brand new life.
So here's the thing. Their house is actually pretty nice. Vicky and Eric did a complete renovation about 4 years ago. and built the perfect house for their growing family. But they never imagined that their family would grow so big so fast.
This is where Samantha, Taylor, and Tara sleep. And as you can see, it truly is a bedroom. A bigger house, I believe, would give everybody here a space to call their own and to provide that sense of belonging and that sense of comfort and ownership.
What's amazing about Vicki and her family is they took this tragedy and they turned it into an opportunity to protect other women and children from domestic violence. Vicki has become a spokesperson for women and even helped write 2 Minnesota state bills.
I'm Governor Tim Pawlenty from Minnesota, and I first became aware of the tragedy involving Vicki's sister and Vicki's family more broadly through news accounts, but since then I've had a chance to visit with her and to see how she's promoting legislation that will improve our laws regarding domestic violence and getting the pictures of perpetrators on our criminal records, and that's going to be signed into law here shortly in Minnesota, and it's the result of Vicki's work.
It's our job to continue to fight for other women and children who are impacted by domestic violence. Our top priority is to give her 4 kids a loving home and a place that is safe with lots of family around them, and so they know that they're cared for. And I know you can help us do that.
This week we can get these guys in a house that's going to be big enough for this huge family that they have now, which I think is exactly what they need to survive what they've been through. So what do you say? Can we do this?
Yes, yes.
Let's bring it together for the 100th time. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Let's do it! Good morning, Swinson Lee family! Eric, Vicki, Taylor, Ty, Tara, Trevor, Stella, Samantha, and Olivia! Come on out!
We have had the honor to meet and help and build homes for 100 families. But this week is about so much more than just giving a family a home. It's about giving a voice to domestic violence so that Terry did not have to die in vain.
What's the last 12 months been like for you guys?
Whew. A lot of ups and downs. It's one thing to lose a parent, but it's another thing to lose them in such a senseless, violent way.
Taylor, you've basically become an adult really quickly. How has the last couple years been for you?
Insane. Sad, happy. It's pretty much every emotion that you can ever count.
Taylor's now 13 years old. Here's a girl that has seen enough death, more death than any 12, 13-year-old should ever have to see. They lost their mother a year ago. It's something you don't get over. They'll never get over that. These kids are traumatized. We're hoping that by building this family a bigger home, that'll help.
We didn't just move 4 kids into our home. We moved 4 kids in who are severely traumatized.
I don't even know how Taylor, functions with what she's been through.
When you think about it, she has watched both of her parents die in front of her own eyes. And then you look at what she accomplishes during her day. She's a straight-A student. She participates in the choir. She's on student council. I learn from her every day about strength and how to be resilient.
They need this in more ways than we can imagine, because not only do they need a house that everyone can fit in, they really need a place to heal. They've been carrying a huge load. And what I'm really glad is that we can help these guys out this week.
Good morning, it is the morning of day 3, and check it out. We got a house well underway. 5,600 square feet, 3 floors, 7 bedrooms, 5 baths. these guys are making awesome progress. They've filled all the holes around the... Well, not necessarily all the holes have been filled yet. It's the morning of day 4. Check this place out. It's all been sheetrock. The vibe I'm going for here is a young sort of loft feeling, a little bit of a New York vibe. There's more than enough room for 10 people in this house.
Okay, so my project this week is a gigantic playroom for the whole family. And these kids are gonna need lots of storage so they can put their games and their toys right in this cubby. The only drawback is now I'm gonna need like 7 more of these. Now it's time to start thinking outside the box.